What's up, everyone? Worldview New here. So we're gonna do something a little bit different today. We're gonna do a little bit of a tier list. All right, and I want y'all to let me know: do y'all agree or do you disagree? I know I'm gonna get a little bit of mixed. I'm gonna get a little bit of controversy type shit. I can't speak. But let's just jump right into it. We're gonna start with the very first chapter, chapter 1. Not wasting any time. S tier. I think anyone can agree that this is S tier. The only bad season we had in this was season X. I think we all know why. Moving on, chapter 2, S tier. Everyone loved this except for obvious reasons. But everything about this besides that obvious reason, perfect. There was no other bad season in this chapter besides that obvious reason. Yeah, let's be real here. This was based on gameplay. I think we could all agree that this chapter was perfect for gameplay. Chapter 1 had all the aesthetics. I agree in every fiber of my being that chapter 1 aesthetically looks way better than chapter 2 by far. I enjoyed the graphics of chapter 1 way better than chapter 2, but chapter 2's gameplay takes over and just instantly just makes it an S tier. Next chapter 3. I'm gonna give it an A tier because there were 2 seasons in this season that I didn't like. Chapter 3 season 2, because I didn't like the fact that they took building away for a little bit, because it took me a minute to get used to it. And then when they brought back building, I had already gotten used to zero build at that point. But right after that, I eventually got right back into the ropes. And then that's why I would have given an S tier if it wasn't for chapter 3, season 4, my least favorite season of this entire chapter. Why? The chrome made the map look awful. It literally looked like Silver Surfer blew a whole load over the fucking map. It looked awful. It was so bad. I didn't even really like using the chrome. Sure, the chrome was a little bit fun to dash across the map here and there, but it just made the map look so ugly. That's the only reason I don't like this chapter that much, because they took away the map. The map was perfect from the very beginning. The map was fun, and then they made it look ugly right at the end. They just had to make it look ugly right at the end, right? So that's why I'm going to give this an A tier. Now, chapter 4, S tier. There was not a single season. Well, actually, no. We're going to take chapter 2. You guys are going to hate me for this. I'm only dropping it down to A because they decided to remove one of the very best competitive modes in any video game we've ever seen. And of course, I'm talking about Arena. We all miss Arena. There was nothing like grinding trios with your fucking friends getting to Division 8 or higher. Nothing like it, bro. If you were to get to Division 8, which is Champions League or higher, you were him. All right. It took skill to fight people in Arena. Now I feel like I am fighting the same people over and over and over again. Jetpacks, nonsense, bullshit, bro. But in Arena, you were fighting different people with different play styles, and they all played different. You know what I'm saying? I might have said the same 2 things over again, but y'all know what I mean. It felt right to play Arena in all 4 of these chapters until chapter 4 season 2. In the middle of the season, they decide to buy Rocket League, or I think it was either right before chapter 2 or chapter 3. Oh my god. Chapter 4 season 2, I believe they just bought Rocket League right before that, and then brought Rocket League ranked into this shit. Why? Epic, if you are listening, why would you ever replace such a beautiful masterpiece like Arena with some boom bump garbage ass fucking rank, bro? Who the fuck, what Epic Games employee said, I want to copy Rocket League and throw ranked in Fortnite instead of Arena? Fire that hoe. Anyway, now we're going to move on. I consider chapter OG to be its own chapter, considering how much fun this chapter was. You may call it a season. I'm gonna call it a chapter. I call this chapter OG S tier, just like its fucking friend, just like its brother, chapter 1. Season OG S tier. I didn't really play it because I didn't have a setup and my internet was just god awful at the time. But this season, or this chapter, was so perfect. Like, it brought back the core memories of what Fortnite once was. And I've never had more fun since, I'd say, chapter 3. Chapter 4 was a little bit better than chapter 3, but I had a lot more fun in chapter 3 than I did in chapter 4. And I had a lot more fun in Fortnite OG than chapter 3 and 4. Okay. Now, I wish I could create something. We're going to actually create a fucking Z tier. This is by far the worst. We're going to even make it dark because you know what? That's fine. All right. We're going to make the Z tier. By far the worst chapter we've ever had. How can you sit here and tell me that any of these chapters are better than this one? Because you've got to be joking. Let me start off with the most important one, movement. We hated the movement in the beginning of the season. I still hate the movement to this day. I do not like it. Speed changes. It was so unnecessary to make the movement changes that they made to make it seem more realistic. It doesn't seem more realistic at all. My Fortnite character should not be running like I have a disability, bro. Like, my character runs like a Roblox character that has a fucking disability. That might offend some of you. I don't care. All right. This is by far the worst chapter we've ever had. Then you had the worst season to ever exist. Season 3, chapter 5. I didn't even play that season. It was that awful. I barely played chapter 5 now. I wish I could erase chapter 5 from all of existence, but we just can't, right? The events got awful. Not worse than Fracture. All right. That's the only thing I will give credit to this chapter for, having a better event than Fracture, because the Doom event, and actually any event that I've seen so far, was way better than Fracture. Fracture was so fucking boring. Like, when you're creating a new map, you want the event to be exciting, like the Big Bang, for example. Let's take the Big Bang from chapter OG, okay? The Big Bang event was by far one of my favorite events besides Travis Scott. Travis Scott is you can't tell me Travis Scott didn't have the best fucking event. Concert event, they're the same fucking thing. Travis Scott easily has the best Fortnite event and Fortnite concert. You literally cannot sit here and tell me any event that we've had since chapter 2 is better than what we had in that season. Like, season 2 had the events. Sure, Galactus was okay. I didn't mind Galactus. It was actually really interesting to watch Galactus. But yeah, no, I preferred Big Bang over a lot of the events we've had. But yeah, chapter 5, let's just keep it at this. Chapter 5 is the worst chapter we've ever had. How can anyone not agree with me on that? Like, you have got to be an actual drone to think this chapter was better than any of these 5 or 4, whatever you think. There is no reason I should not put this anywhere lower than C, or I should put it lower than C. I should say it's a Z tier. By far the worst chapter we've ever had. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Like, this may be just the most odd looking tier list you've ever seen in your entire life. But if you guys disagree, let me know. I just figured, why not make a quick video about, because we're what, less than a month away. Less than a month away, ladies and gentlemen, from chapter 2 OG. Are y'all ready for this? We need this chapter 2 OG, and we need it now. All right. So yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Monday or whenever I post this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care. Peace out.